So today we're going to be taking a look at how we can modify the designs that we previously did with the complementary colors and turn it into a triadic color design. A triadic color scheme is comprised of 3 colors evenly spaced out on the color wheel. So like you see in the example here, we have the blue going into a yellow-orange color and then into a combination of a purple-violet and a red color. My previous design was done with green and red, so I'm going to choose to use the same color scheme that I'm seeing in the triadic color, the blue, the orange yellow, and the red purple, to come up with something that's going to be dynamic, to make it stand out. So we see that with my previous design, I used 50 layers just to show you how complex we can do something to make it very interesting. But we're going to modify the colors that we currently are using into the examples that I showed you with the blue, yellow, orange, and the red, violet. So I want to start off one layer at a time. I'm going to start with layer 1. I'm going to go into making the red lines that are in the back of the design into the red, violet. And one at a time I can go through image, adjustments, and then go down to hue and saturation. With the hue and saturation, if I look to modify my hue, I can modify my hue to get a yellow, blue. You can see how it easily modifies out the color. But we just have to remember that we're looking for the triadic combination to modify all these different colors. So I want to get something that's the red, violet color. I'm just going to modify over my hue to the left side here. I can click OK, and I can simply move over to the next layer. Again, adjustments, hue and saturation. This time I might want to choose the yellow-orange color, so I can look to modify, get something subtly wrong along those 3. And then just one at a time, I'm going to end up modifying this. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to modify the hue when you're working with multiple layers. If I try to select out individual layers where I have 2 red layers selected, I can go up to image, adjustments, hue and saturation. Just understand that it's going to indicate it's going to modify into various colors overall. So you see that starting to modify into the yellow-orange. Or I can drop this, change this, get out that blue color that was originally with the design. If I want to push up the saturation, I get something a little bit more vivid. Or I can dull it down, but we want to make our colors pop out, stand out well. But you can see that I'm already getting away from the original concept of the red-green, now getting into something new and different. So the same idea, I can hold down Control to select out multiple layers. So I have 2 different layers of green. Let's make 3 different layers of green. Then I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation. Again, we have the red, violet, yellow, orange, and then the blue. So it's just a matter of me choosing what color I think is going to work best for my design. Just adjusting the hue. Again, I'm going for more of a red, violet if I want. I may want to push the contrast up a little bit more or push the saturation to get something a little bit brighter. Or I may want to drop the lightness so I can get the colors a little bit more vivid as well. You see that I'm really changing the colors very quickly, very easily. You're going to look to change out all the colors that you've used and come up with a combination that's going to work for your design. You decide what part of the triadic elements are going to make your color wheel stand out. Again, I can hold down Control, select out each layer that I want to modify. Then go back up to Image, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation. This is where I can modify out my color. I get more of a blue color. But again, you can see it's coming out darker than the other blues. So I might want to push up my saturation a little bit more, and I might want to drop my lightness to get something a little bit brighter. But do your best to make sure that you're only using 3 colors. I used a couple opaque images, so that's looking a little bit different. But overall, they're still representing the triadic colors that I chose. So again, image, adjustments, hue and saturation. Just adjust the hue, find the color tones that you're looking for. And very quickly I was able to modify this design. I still have the dots over on the side. Again, image, adjustments, hue and saturation. I have the red dots, and you see if I look to modify this, they now turn purple, or I can turn them green or yellow, orange. Again, looking for something more vivid, make the colors stand out, make them brighter. I can adjust the lightness, adjust the hue, make them a little bit more vivid. But I still want to stay to those triadic colors for the design overall. So as long as your layers are organized, it's going to be very simple for you to make these changes to your design. Again, if you're not getting the color that you need, if you feel like it's supposed to be a lighter color, you can drop the lightness a little bit, push up the saturation, adjust the hue till you're satisfied with the color that you're looking for. Just this one final piece, that little green bar going across. And there you go. Very quickly I was able to change 50 layers. You likely only have 25 or so. 50 layers can be changed in a matter of a couple minutes. Once we have this, again, we want to go up to File, down to Save as PSD. Save as PSD is saving as a Photoshop file. It'll maintain the layers so we can go back and we're going to do this all again, modifying it into another color scheme, entirely something entirely different from what we have now. So save as a PSD, saves it to your computer. Then I want to go to File, Export. I can save it as a PNG, JPEG, or PDF, but I'm going to save mine as a PNG. Then I hit save, and then I'm going to upload this to my Triadic color scheme design for today. This was for Photopea. You can watch the other video if you used designergraphic.io. Have a good day.